need a truce. All I want is to be back in charge. Besides, who would you be without me, Prime? Time to find out. Optimus, all I ever wanted was the survival of our race. You must see why I had to betray you. You didn't betray me. You betrayed yourself. No, Optimus!
For those of you who already know me or have seen my previous videos, you would have never expected me to make a video like this. If you don't know me or haven't seen any of my previous videos, let me summarize something for you. I criticize Minecraft heavily. I love the game and have been playing it for years, but in those videos, oh boy did I give them a hard time. I think it was in my most recent video I said something along the lines of, if they do something bad I'll drill them for it, if they do something good I'll praise them for it. So although I personally enjoy Terraria more, I wanted to make this video to explain what I do like about Minecraft, and hopefully everyone will keep it very civil down in the comment section below. My opinions from my previous video don't change, I still agree with them, but as I said, I want to praise Minecraft for what they're doing well. I'm basically playing devil's advocate to challenge myself to spread more positivity. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. If we could reach that, that would mean everything to me, and even my bunny here. I brought him out just to say hello. I know I haven't shown him on my channel before. His name's Kylo. Say hi, Kylo. Kylo will eat your toes. Make sure to leave a like and comment, it really helps me out in the algorithm. But without further ado, let's begin. I have my issues with the newest update 1.21, but one of the features they recently revealed is pretty cool. If you haven't heard, they're adding a mace. However, it's not any old mace. The damage scales with falling height, meaning you can one-tap bosses and almost any mob in the game if you just fall long enough. More recently, they revealed a couple of enchantments that are specific to the mace, which are pretty cool. There's this one enchantment that if you land a hit, it'll send you back up into the air, allowing you to chain attacks and deal combos. I've seen videos where people are fighting the wither, they hit the wither, it goes up, they keep hitting it, they go up again, and eventually they go all the way up past the build height in this epic anime style fight. I don't know how actually useful in practice this will be, but nonetheless it's a pretty cool enchantment. Another feature that has recently been added is the ominous trial chamber. Instead of immediately getting bad omen when you kill pillager captains, now you get a bottle with varying levels of difficulties. If you save those bottles and bring them down into the trial chamber and drink them, you turn the trial spawners into their ominous variants. The ominous spawners work very differently. They aren't just normal mobs that get spawned, rather mobs afflicted with the new potion effects, changing up the playing field and adding variety. This is perfectly what I've been asking for. Good job, Minecraft. One of my internal complaints that I've had with the game is that normal mobs are becoming more of a nuisance rather than a threat as you enter the late game. And although you only get these types of mobs inside the ominous chambers, it's a good move in the right direction. A cool feature they could add is that if you drink the max level ominous potion while wandering around your world, all the mobs that spawn in are these special variant types. One small detail is that I really enjoyed the potion effects pixel art when you enter the ominous chamber. They did a very good job designing it. One of the earlier features they added was the new dog breeds. I went over this in my previous video. I explained that even though the community has been asking this for a while, it's one of those things that just fades to time. Despite that though, when you pair the new dog breeds with the new dog armor, you can really make some sick looking animals. Or I should say dogs. They made the armor dyeable with each of the colors so you can mix and match different designs to make some pretty cool looking colors. Pair that with the collar color, which you can also change, is super nice. I know the younger me would have exploded over this feature, and although they still technically are wolves, they feel a lot more like dogs now. Minecraft's creativity is unmatched. In my very first video I brought this up, but the freedom that Minecraft gives you is unparalleled to anything in the modern gaming hemisphere. And although I love building in Terraria, Minecraft gives you a whole nother access to build on. I do like that Terraria blocks stack up to 999, which allows you to physically carry so much more materials while you build. And I never really understood why blocks get capped at 64, but increasing the cap or number of slots in the inventory would fix the problem that that the whole community has with the inventory in general. The scale and things people are able to achieve in this game is crazy. I would call myself a decent builder. I'm playing in a world right now with my friends, and I'm going with this Western like build style. You might have seen some of the gameplay in my last video, but it's been really interesting to tackle. I like how with each world, or at least this is what I do, I like to try and build different designs so that one world might be Japanese, one world might be Western, one might be cyberpunk style. It just makes you fluent in a sort of way in all these types of build styles, and Minecraft just lets you open up the creativity door and just unleash your build potential. One of the old features that I really enjoyed was the console mini games that were created by 4J Studios. When Bedrock eventually happened, they were removed and then later replaced by Microsoft's endorsed servers, which for lack of a better term are trash. But the old console mini games felt so polished and professional, and the ones we have now are a bit weird, but the Hive and CubeCraft are pretty much the only decent servers left on that list. Over on the Java edition of the game, however, Hypixel is one of the most amazing experiences that you can have on a modern server. And the only drawback is that we can't play it on the Bedrock edition, and it's sad because there's been so many leaps in their recent advancements in parity, but I guess they said there's some sort of reason why they're not going to do it. Maybe it's hacks, I don't know, we have to look it up. A lot of you are probably wondering why I play the Bedrock version of the game and not the Java one. The short version is some of my friends are basically on different platforms, so we don't really have a choice. Trust me, if I had a choice, I would choose the Java edition because of the quality of life features, but I have to deal with what I've got. I forget what update they added this, but Minecraft added a non-cheat command that lets you choose the percentage of players sleeping in a world, at least on the Bedrock edition. This is one of the most useful features they've added because not everyone in the server has to immediately run towards a bed or leave the game just for it to skip to day. Minecraft also recently announced that hardcore is coming to Bedrock, which is a big win. And I cannot tell you how long I've waited for this day. Years, I tell you. Years. Over on the Java edition, you have to jump through so many hoops in order to play multiplayer hardcore, but with the nature of how Bedrock Edition works, hardcore will work seamlessly with multiplayer. This once again ties in with my complaint of the game being too easy, as me and my friends can now challenge each other with this new mode. They're not releasing it immediately, but they're testing it right now and they're trying to get rid of all those bugs that randomly kill you. I know, Bedrock Edition, right? Or in other words, would absolutely decimate your hardcore world. Now, although I have my disagreements with 1.19, I really like that they added the Warden. It's sad that the mob is more of a deterrent rather than an actual enemy, but I would have never thought Minecraft would have added a stealth mechanic in a million years. But I have to commend them, they did a very good job on it. I like how they added Swift Sneak to make traversing the ancient cities a lot faster, because I also end up using the enchantment for a lot of all-around purposes while building. In the last mob vote, the crab lost to the armadillo, which in hindsight pairs really well with the new dog breeds, but for me and all the other builders out there, please repurpose the idea for the crab claw. Maybe an extension arm or something similar, because farther build reach would help so much. Even if it's only a few blocks. Heck, they could even add the crab altogether. I believe they would have spawned in the mangrove, which really doesn't make sense from someone who lives in Hawaii. I think if they spawned on the beach, they would not only make those tiny biomes unique, but introduce life to the biomes that aren't water, but aren't land, as beaches are perfectly in the middle of both of those biomes. How do you guys think the crab should be added if it ever was? Do you guys prefer the mangrove or the beach? Because yeah, when I think of crab, I think of beach, not really mangrove. I mean, mangrove biomes do have crabs in them in real life, but I feel like they're more of a beach. In 1.20 they added armor trims, which again I have my issues with, mainly them being hard to find and replicate, with you needing so many of them. Besides all that, this feature is similar to what they're doing with the dog armor. They're adding more ways to customize parts of the game and make them your own. My personal favorite trim is silence, and if you know anything about drop rates, silence is so hard to get. When the update first dropped, I think I had searched 11 entire ancient cities before I got a single one. And it's not that I like the trim because it's rare or anything, I just wanted the cool design because it takes up a big portion of the armor, making the actual trim part more prominent. Using diamonds to replicate each of the tablets is pretty rough, but adds a much needed use to diamonds. I think it's pretty cool how they didn't just add the armor's colors to the trims, but they let you use minerals like redstone, lapis, quartz, copper, and even amethyst. Because of Minecraft's open nature, there is literally an endless amount of content updates that they could introduce to the game, with my personal #1 idea being the end update, but we won't get into that. Some other cool ideas that they could add are combat changes, or at least combat parity, because Bedrock is still stuck with the 1.8 version of PvP that was changed oh so many years ago. I heard somewhere that the reason they're not doing it is because of mobile, which also explains why the offhand on Bedrock is entirely dysfunctional. And that's another thing they could add. They could finally add a useful version of the offhand to Bedrock. I don't know, just add a new button on the mobile screen. I don't see it being that hard. The second feature on my important list is magic. Minecraft is a fantasy game after all. I don't know how they would go about adding it, but I do know that if the Iceologer was added, we would have been able to wield his ice storing mechanic from Minecraft Dungeons, which is basically magic. And then from that point on, the Minecraft devs would have further developed the concept of magic. Maybe the book design would be blue instead of the purple one we have now. I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool. But we may never know, because it lost to the glow squid. One of the more important things the developers are doing is how they're going back to old features and breathing new life into them. We talked about them using diamonds to copy templates and trims, but another important feature is leather armor. I know they made the boots resistant to powdered snow, and in the 1.16 update they made it so that if you wear gold armor you'll be safe from piglins. But one of my favorite things about Terraria is how each of the armor sets have a niche or a buff that makes them worth getting, even though their armor value may be slightly lower than the other one. I would love to see Minecraft add set bonuses along with new armor types like emerald, copper, lapis, and even redstone. Along with the customization features they've been adding, they would fit so well with the trims. And maybe this might cause Minecraft to rework how armor points work, but I wouldn't be mad if they did that. Copper armor could age as you wear it, and the set bonus could be that if you're wearing an entire set of the aged copper armor variant, you get a buff to base resistance. The amethyst armor set could have a 75% chance to automatically redirect projectiles from the player. Not only would these features add much needed variety to the early game, but I wouldn't need to wear iron armor for 99% of my worlds I start. I will be able to choose between having less armor but a special perk, or maybe more armor but no perk, changing up each playstyle, which is exactly why I love Terraria so much. The last feature that I want to talk about for today is the cherry blossom biome. I absolutely love this biome, even if it's purely from an aesthetic standpoint. The wood and other items in the biome are very useful in builds, however the bright pink trees make the biome stand out when next to everything else. When you see a birch forest next to an oak forest, nothing is that different, but the cherry blossom biome adds this new color variety to the biome pool as a whole, which has been pretty much lacking. I know the Japanese style builders started gooning for this update, so it made the builders very happy, but if Minecraft could keep adding these more exotic biomes, it would really help with the fantasy aspect as I mentioned earlier as well. The mangrove is another very cool looking biome, and I know it's a real biome in real life, you know, but one of my personal biomes that I've been wanting them to add is a tropical islands or something along the lines of that, like an archipelago. It's a very aesthetically pleasing biome similar to the cherry blossom. It could have coconuts, all these cool types of trees, tropical trees. It could even have buried treasure, and then maybe you can even find pirates on it or NPCs that you can trade with. NPCs where they only give you stuff found on those islands, so it's worth it. It's just a thought though. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you really enjoy about Minecraft? What do you think of my update ideas and opinions? Let me know down in the comment section below, because I always love reading your guys' comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I'm Cookie Blitz, but you can call me Lyndon. Have a nice rest of your day.
This perfect daddy. I wanna be your favorite. I wanna be your favorite. I wanna fuck your inside. I wanna make your legs divide. You can be his loyal fan. You can be his loyal fan. He'll send news frequently, so give him your money, please. La 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 la. Oh my god, I'm gonna bust for you. I love you, Cookie.